Madcap Music Review. We're here tonight with Zen Robbi in Long Beach.
Yeah.
You guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name's Shalomo. I play the xylophone.
I'm Timmy Too Tall. I'm Timbo Slice's pet masseuse.
I'm Scotty, got too many nicknames, Wittenberg, and I'm the drummer.
Right on. So, you guys have been gigging since about 2003. Coming up on your 10-year anniversary.
You know what? We got to throw a 10-year party.
Oh, that'd be sick.
It didn't even occur to me that it's been 10 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah, not
years.
bad for a couple of 17-year-olds.
Sick.
Got started pretty early.
Right on. So there's such a heavy influence of just about everything thrown into your music. Predominantly, there's a big funk vibe, and you've got the Cali Roots reggae vibe, and you punk it up when you need to. So I'm always interested to hear from each of you, like, what was the first album that really made you want to play and be a musician? Was there like one song, one album? Was it?
It's a good question. One of the first albums that made me want to be in a band was the Vandals, Peace Through Vandalism.
Okay.
But I'd have to say the first record that made me want to act, like really lit the fire under my ass and made me actually do it was seeing Nirvana Unplugged in New York.
Oh.
And for me, it was just like a real experience of watching a group of dudes in a room with a couple of acoustic guitars and a drum set, and that was all they had to play with, and just made such a huge sound with killer songs.
They did their own thing.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to play Team Spirit, and they were like, nope.
It was so against the grain that it worked.
Yeah, they did obscure stuff, from Lead Belly.
Oh,
they
yeah.
got Meat
They
Puppets.
did the Bowie song.
Yeah, an obscure one, The Man Who Sold the World.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just said, we're doing this, fuck it. We're going to do what we want to do.
How about you guys?
I actually didn't have a radio until a couple years ago, so I really was kind of musicless. Couldn't really afford it growing up, so I'm kind of just like figuring it out right now.
He was born a pole back black child.
The guys who play the buckets.
Yeah, Venice Beach had a lot of influences coming out of Venice Beach.
Drum jam out on the sand.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Oh
used to
my
go
gosh!
watch a lot.
Don't even mention those guys. Those guys are fucking assholes.
But they were really good.
They were really good. Asshole. Damn it, do I respect you.
I grew up listening to whatever my mom was playing, which was mostly like Elvis and the Beatles and the Stones in the beginning, and then I got into the classic rock stuff of the 70s, Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and then, the 90s stuff, Nirvana and all those grunge bands of the 90s. Lots of Weird Al. Neil Diamond.
Wasn't Weird Al was your first concert?
It was my first concert. I was like fifth.
You heard it.
5th grade.
Zen Robbi endorses Weird Al.
4th of July County Fair in Oregon.
Was that your first
rocked.
one you actually got to choose to go to, or that you went to on your own?
I happened to be up in Oregon and he was playing, and I think my mom was pretty stoked to tell me about it. Guess who we're gonna go see? And it rocked. It was great.
There's such a wide difference in my first show and the first one I actually went on my own.
Uh-huh.
First one was to the Christian retreat thing. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
Petra back in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
And I remember walking into the forum and seeing they had a big old sign for Sabbath. I was in deal with Sabbath. I'm like, that's what I want to see. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then my first show I actually bought tickets to was Priest back in '88 on the Ramadan tour, and Slayer opened up. And I was,
Whoa, big jump from Christian rock and roll.
Well, like I said, that was folks say, oh, there we go. And
Hey, if anybody asks, I was with you between the hours of 2 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Yeah, dock that time. Note the time. Note the time.
So glad you guys can come to Long Beach.
Oh, my ride's here.
It's really lovely this time of year.
Oh, it's a tow truck.
There's a whole grip. Oh, because they're moving a big old thing.
Oversized load.
That's what she said.
Album title. So your latest album is acoustic. What was the motivation behind that?
Well, we had put out 3 or 4 before that, and at the time we were in between labels and in between management, and it started off as really songwriting demos, and then it started coming along to where we were really enjoying it, and we thought, well, we could demo all this stuff and then come and redo it when we figure out how, or we could just, just roll with it. Everything came out so good while we were demoing. I mean, not like that, but it came out better than we expected.
Mike's telling the humble version of the story. Allow me. Mike basically wrote, probably 100 crazy good tunes. But one day he said, over the three of us eating sushi, I'm going to release a solo record, and I want you guys to play on it. And what do you think about us slapping Zen Robbi on it? And you could say Timmy and I bit at it pretty quick.
Give it a big.
Am I allowed to say all that?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, like I said, it started as just. Well, we did the whole thing in our home studio, and with some help from Nature Boy over at Fork and Spoon, who's a neighborhood guy, great guy, talented guy. And like I said, like he was saying, we just started off demoing a couple of tunes. We were kind of juggling a couple different genres, and it just ended up coming together so nicely that we were like, we should probably release this. We should probably release this. And it was kind of a passion project too, because the previous couple albums had
the crowd.
Yeah, and especially that one had a lot of edge to it. Had a lot of distortion, had a lot of
Production.
a lot of production. And this one, as we were putting together, like he was saying, I was just trying to put together a couple of fun tunes, seeing what worked, what didn't, throwing a bunch of stuff against the wall. And as we were all in the studio together, it was kind of becoming apparent that we should just put this out. I mean, why not put out a couple of jazz tunes, a couple of folk tunes, some country stuff? Little country. What kind of tree? Country. and yeah, so it started as an idea with demoing some tunes, and then it turned into a bit of a passion project. And then later on, the challenge was, now how can we make as much noise as we can with a couple acoustic guitars and a kick snare hat crash. I mean, he didn't use any toms in the whole album. I don't think there was crash cymbal on half the album either. But as it came together, nobody seemed to notice. In fact, people started asking, how'd you guys get this vintage shit gear sound? I'm like, well, we got a bunch of shit gear. Just kind of went for it,
You guys had some good help from Casey from Seedless on there.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of help for that one. We had Todd Foreman come play some horns, Michael Brown came and played some slide guitar, and Travi from Fortunate Youth came and played some hand drums.
Jack Roosh
came and played some slide too. Jack's great.
Michael.
Cartwright. Oh, trumpet player.
Dope horns.
I think the tricky part since releasing Lovely Lies the Crown, Lovely in the Middle.
Heavy in the Middle.
Yeah. Was trying to figure out how to play all those tunes as
a three-piece
rock band.
Yeah. And with Jamie, he's our keyboard player that we don't talk about or invite to interviews.
Yeah, he's kind of a dork.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, shit, here he comes. Pretend like we're not interviewing.
Good guy, but a huge dork.
No, we're kidding. We love Jamie.
Well, it's cool about
we
that
owe
album
money
is,
too.
Most people do an acoustic album based on songs they've already written. You guys just hashed out brand new songs and just did it acoustic.
Well, to tell you the truth, between the three of us, and like we were saying a bit ago, it's been 10 years. We all have so many ideas. I'm not saying they're all gems or anything, but we have so many ideas that we're constantly kicking around. That we're the type of band that the only way we can excuse our lifestyle is to be hyper productive, and to be writing, recording, jamming, trying new things, pushing the envelope. And like you were saying earlier, just about the wide variety of different genres that we try and, hop the boundaries of. Kind of our whole mission statement since we began was just to be about anything you like, let's play it. But the catch is we all have to like it, otherwise it don't make the cut. And I think that the cumulative sound of the three of us is the driving force behind what we can get away with and what we can't, you know. And so far we've gotten lucky.
So far we've stayed together as a band.
Yeah, and haven't killed each other. Not for lack of trying.
How was it playing Cali Roots in 2012?
Oh, it was a blast, man. It's a blast. We've known all those bands since we all started. You know, and so it was like a really good time getting to see friends of ours that we don't see very often, getting to see friends of ours who are still on the grind like us, getting to see friends of ours who are blowing up big. You know, I love the Dirties, man. Those are the homies. And it's just really rewarding on a lot of different levels because, like I said, a lot of times when we see all our buddies that we play with, even if we get the night to hang out, chances are one of us has to play a whole set. So we get a little bit of like hour of hang time, catching up, and then it's like, all right, gotta go do the damn thing, you know? And it was really nice having that weekend-long festivals where, you know, there was a lot of downtime in between where we get to catch up with everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Recovery periods.
And it helps with curing the hangover. You got 2 days before you play.
So did you guys come up for the whole 3-day thing on that and just kind of chill?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah. Right on. So you guys are essentially an LA band. I mean, you grew up east side of Los Angeles, Downey, right?
Yeah.
And then Santa Monica, but relocated to the Bay Area.
I was born in Santa Monica, but I don't remember that. I'm a Bay Area guy. I've lived in Hollywood for 10 years, so yeah. I rep the LA part, I guess, yeah.
You've been down in LA for 10 years now.
10 years next year.
Not bad for a couple 17-year-olds. We'll edit the drum thing in later.
So you guys don't do a lot of set lists, you were telling me earlier. Like, it's just kind of, you're vibing off the crowd more? Like,
You know,
We always do set
A lot of
lists.
bands
None of
do.
us can read or write.
yeah,
Which is 99% of the
we always
time.
do set lists. We just never follow them. You know, allow me to bring up an old ancient Greek performer.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pause.
You had a second of hesitancy. I could see it in your
No, I was
eyes.
just thinking of the ancient Greeks and some of the stuff they did.
I'm just buying time. I'm trying to remember his name.
Leonidas?
Leonidas. Leonidas. Wait, that's not it.
Leonidas?
Was it?
No, we like to keep it extemporaneous, you know? We like to gauge the reaction from the crowd after each song. And, you know, if we're just playing a slow one and they like really feeling the vibe and they're swaying, we'd play another, you know, groovy one like that, nice and mellow. If everyone looks a little like, okay, I'm ready to mosh, then we pick it up, you know? And if we were just playing a hard one and they look like the energy's still high, then we give them another one, hit them in the mouth again, you know? And the nice thing is, we have such a big catalog over the years that there's enough to draw from to where we can kind of get away with that. Plus, I play a Gibson, and I got to tune that motherfucker between every song.
Right.
Sucks.
Yeah, we play with a lot of bands too. I mean, you know, if we're doing the reggae thing, which we've been doing quite a bit of the last couple of years, the reggae scene,
Yeah,
and we kind of pull out those one drops and those kind of tunes. And if
Yeah,
we're
little
playing with the
half-tempo
heavier
shuffle
bands,
tunes.
we got some of the rockers we play, and you know, it's just fun for us too because it keeps us on our toes, and that kind of makes every show a little bit of its own special thing, kind of.
Yeah. We I think one of the things we learned playing for so many years is once you acknowledge that the audience is exactly one half of the show, I feel like shows go more fluently. You know, we're all really big fans of all the arts. I mean, you know, Timmy, he doesn't speak much English, but I mean, he's like a professional comedian and card shark. And so no, but you know, I think that people enjoy what's raw, what's real, what they could be sitting across the table from you talking about. And I think as a band and as songwriters, we try and go for that because that type of, you know, you don't see a lot of bands that are that personable, that you could be hearing what they're singing or talking about, and you think to yourself, wow, I could be just chatting with this fella, you know, at the pub just about some random topic and make some good points, or wow, this guy's an idiot. But regardless, they're having some opinions about it, you know, and it's, and like you said, relatable. You know, we're not trying to, but we're not a band that's trying to preach. We're not preachy. You know, we're more prepositionalists. You know,
'Cause Las Vegas is like life. It's kind of hard to leave.
Yeah,
It's like, whoa. It's like, why has nobody said that before? Because that's completely right.
How can you have any pudding if you don't drink your beer?
How can you have any pudding if you don't drink your beer? We're 8. It doesn't matter. So you guys are blowing up and you're getting bigger, and
that's the plan.
so
you
as
know,
it continues to grow, is it gonna? Do you see it being harder, like with a whole fan base, like jumping on stage and the whole like? How do you get bigger and keep it family?
We'll tell you when it happens. That'll be
yeah.
a good problem to have.
Well, it's like this, man. You know, last week we headlined over at House of Blues Anaheim. And it was like wall-to-wall dome pieces. I mean, it was a sea of faces.
Yeah.
And tonight we're playing a local club in town. And it's a weeknight. It's a little more mellow of a crowd. But still a bunch of familiar faces and faces we don't know. And we've always been the school of thought that if there's 50 people, if there's 50,000 people, you just go up there and leave a bucket of fluids on stage and came like you came to throw down. And I think that is important.
Nice.
I think it's important to keep that kind of attitude and philosophy, if you will, because the moment you think you're too big for the crowd or the crowd's too big for you, you start losing that personable interaction we were just talking about. You know, and like I said, man, that's what people want, because you get people to a show and the band goes up there and kills a song that's number 1 on the radio, and then all they have to say in between songs is, "How you feeling? Make some noise. All right, here's one we just wrote."
It gets cliche.
You're just like, dude, come
I
on.
wrote this song when I woke up.
I mean, Beavis and Butthead had better commentary in between songs than these guys, you know? So I think that it's important to, like I said, maintain that philosophy. I think that's something we've always really strived for, is to keep that personability. As soon as, right before I walk up on stage, as soon as, howdy! As soon as, right before we walk up on stage, or as soon as we walk off stage, come say hi. Come have a beer. Come hang out with us at our merch booth. I mean, we're the most down-to-earth guys that, just want to be friends. I want to be your friend.
So what's the future looking like for you guys?
I don't know, Timmy. What's the future looking like?
Bright.
Like I said, he doesn't speak much English.
Plans, you guys gigging the rest of the year, doing a little studio work?
How's the weather, Ollie?
Chile.
Yeah, we're going to go back in and track a handful of tunes.
Yeah.
About
We're
month
doing
or
a new
so.
Zen Robbi EP. We're actually planning on releasing it single at a time this time.
Okay.
You know, we've done the full-length thing a bunch of times, and
I thought we were going to do the Greatest Hits Volume 1.
All freshies.
You probably could. You've got a lot
all
of
new.
albums out.
All
Yeah,
new
we're going to do a
songs.
Zen Robbi Greatest Hits with all new songs that nobody's heard ever.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
the
That's
beat,
good.
the beat
But-
cuts that never made the other records.
But they're great.
Right?
Yeah, it is gonna be
We're
great.
hitting the studio in the next month. We're going to be going in and recording a couple new songs. And we just finished a music video for Mustaches Are Good for Business.
Oh, did you really?
Oh, it was so much
Shirts
fun.
going on. Was that
so
Fans,
much fun.
fans of Jim Henson's Muppets and Crank Yankers.
Eat your heart out.
So I haven't seen it, but is it live? Is it?
No, we're actually, we didn't make the video.
Okay.
We talked to the directors and they said, "You guys are good. You're not so easy on the eyes, so we're just gonna do puppet versions of you." We said, okay. And seeing as how me and him directed it, how are we to argue with we?
Nice. So we got a video coming up. That's great.
Yeah, no, it was way too much fun to make. I never had so much fun playing with dolls since I was 12. And yeah, well, we're really excited about it. I can't wait for everybody to see it. It's hilarious.
Right on. Well, where's the best place for people to find out more about you guys that are interested in finding the Zen Robbi?
You can check out www.zenrobbi.com. We have a YouTube channel as well, ZenTube. It's youtube.com/ZenRobbi100. And be on the lookout for the new Mustaches video.
Or Facebook. You can find us all individually on Facebook.
We're on Facebook?
MySpace. Sorry.
MySpace.
I'm living in the future.
And iTunes as well.
Oh yeah, be sure and check out iTunes. We got all the records up there. Hey, big ups to Madcap Music Review. Thanks for coming out and joining us tonight.
And big ups to Cameron and the Simpson Project for turning this on with these guys. 'Cause they're fucking
Oh
awesome.
yeah, you guys know Simkin?
Yeah, big time. These guys are buddies.
These are my brothers. Me and Sean are both Eagle Scouts.
I'm an Eagle Scout too.
What?
Yeah. For real.
That's the Eagle Scout handshake.
Well, we're good
Hey.
at Mario Kart.
Hey, thanks again for having us.
All right.